Now here we are in Corpus Christi, Texas. We're trying to learn all we can about the so-called Queen of Tejano music. Now they tell me that this title belongs only to one person, Selena Quintanilla Perez. Selena was born April the 16th, 1971 to her parents, Abraham and Marcela Quintanilla. She had one brother they call A.B., who was 8 years older than Selena, and one sister by the name of Suzette, who was 4 years older. Now Selena, they say, loved to sing even at a very early age, and their father organized this kid band with Selena as the vocalist and A.B. playing bass and Suzette on the drums. They began playing at their family restaurant. But they say when the restaurant failed, the family became almost destitute. They began living a lot on the road and performing anywhere they could, just to keep things going. Now, from sheer determination and the guidance of the head of the family, Abraham Quintanilla, the little group slowly but surely began to succeed. When Selena was around 16 years of age, she won Best Female Vocalist at the Tejano Music Awards. She continued winning this award every year until her death. Now, 2 years later, in 1989, they say that the president of EMI was attending the awards show and was able to see Selena perform. He immediately recognized her talent and signed the band to a contract. Now, they say that at the end of her performance, she shouted out to the audience, "A Whataburger for everybody." And of course, the crowd went wild. Now, the EMI president asked, "What is a Whataburger?" Well, this is a Whataburger. And you might say it's sort of a Texas thing. Now, in 1990, Selena released an album that went gold. The songs were written by her brother A.B., which showed that Selena wasn't the only talent in the Quintanilla family. Even though Selena was the one out front, it was strictly a family affair. And on April the 2nd, 1992, Selena married Chris Perez. Now, Chris had had his own band before he was hired to play for Selena. And Chris and Selena actually moved into this house right here at 705 Bloomington Street. They lived next door to Selena's parents. Now, I understand that they had bought some land outside of town and had really planned on building a new house sooner or later. And in 1993, Selena accomplished two things. First, she won a Grammy for the Best Mexican-American Performer for her album, Selena Live. Next, she fulfilled a dream of opening this boutique here that's located at 4926 Everhart Road. She also opened one in San Antonio, and she started a clothing line. Now this is Yolanda Saldivar. She was the president of Selena's fan club, and she also managed the boutiques. Yolanda had been a nurse before becoming a part of the Quintanilla Inner Circle. In early 1995, however, the family discovered that Yolanda was mishandling the fan club and boutique finances. In simple, money was missing. After Yolanda refused to explain what happened to the missing money, the family finally decided that they had to let her go. After making several promises to Selena and Mr. Quintanilla, she said she would turn over the tax records and receipts, but she never did. Even though Selena felt sorry for Yolanda and was very patient with her, feeling hurt that such a trusted friend could do this to her. Now, Abraham and the family could not allow Selena's fan club members to be treated this badly, even from Yolanda. Now, Yolanda had made a trip to Mexico, and she had promised again to turn over the records as soon as she returned. Well, in the late hours of March the 30th, 1995, around 11 p.m. at night, Selena went to the Days Inn, which is located at 901 Navigation Boulevard. Now, as you can see, it is now the Knights Inn. And the motel is located only 5 minutes. It's a 5-minute drive from Selena's home. Now, she went to meet Yolanda, who had promised, once again, to turn her records over to her, but she insisted that Selena come along. Now, Selena was going to go by herself, but her husband, Chris, decided to come along with her. He really felt uneasy about her going to meet Yolanda by herself. Now, he stayed in the parking lot and waited for Selena to go to the room 158, to meet Yolanda that night. Now, the Knights Inns, of course, they've changed all the room numbers. 158 is now room 150. Now, believing that Yolanda had given her all the records that she needed, Selena and Chris left the motel, headed back home. They soon discovered that Yolanda had either given the wrong documents or only part of them. When they reached home, Yolanda was calling, begging Selena to come back to the motel alone. Of course, they said no because it was too late at night to go back. However, the next morning, around 11 a.m. on the 31st of March, 1995, Selena arrived at the Days Inn. She had been told by Yolanda that while Yolanda was in Mexico, she had been raped and was bleeding. Now, not knowing whether to believe her or not, but not wanting to take a chance, Selena took Yolanda to the doctor's hospital for examination. After learning from the examination that it was improbable that a rape had occurred, she took Yolanda back to the Days Inn, where others heard the two arguing over business matters. And at 11:48 that morning, a shot was heard in room 158. According to witnesses, Selena come out the door leaving a trail of blood. She had been shot through the back or the right shoulder blades, severing a main artery. Calling for help and running down the walkway, losing blood, sometimes weaving into the grass, she was trying to get around to the front office some 390 feet away. Witnesses stated they saw Yolanda running after Selena just for a little bit, waving a gun and calling out, "Bitch." She ran into the front lobby where she collapsed. She asked them to lock the front door and that Yolanda Saldivar in room 158 had shot her. 911 was called. The medics tried to stop the bleeding and rushed her to the emergency hospital. Yolanda by that time had got in her pickup and drove around and around the motel looking for Selena. By this time, a policeman had arrived and blocked Yolanda's exit. On the east side of the motel, she pulled into a parking space. The standoff lasted for hours before she finally surrendered. And at 1:05 p.m. March 31, 1995, Selena Quintanilla Perez died from loss of blood. Selena was 23 years old. Now, Selena is buried at the Seaside Memorial Park, located at 4357 Ocean Drive, Corpus Christi, Texas. Yolanda Saldivar was convicted of first-degree murder and is serving a life sentence in a Texas prison. 2 years or so after Selena's death, she was immortalized by the Jennifer Lopez film Selena. And to this date, no one has ever been able to take the place of Selena in the hearts and minds of her many fans.